old man playing video games badly.
Ho, 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 ho. How's everybody doing tonight? 19 minutes and 33 seconds away from the shuffle. Tonight's shuffle is brought to you by the AMD 5600X. I'm not saying that they're paying me, but as you'll see in a minute, it's pretty much the whole deal. It's the whole effing show, if you know what I mean. Old-time wrestling fans will know what that one's about. Anyway, so here we go for another exciting night of the shuffle. Tonight, AMD is certainly mixing it up with, well, first off, I mean, an Xbox X console. Kind of cool. A PlayStation. Pretty cool. Another PlayStation. Damn, it's all PlayStations tonight. What do you think? It'll be more than that, though. Let's go through it all. First of all, let me tell you what the Newegg Shuffle is. The Newegg Shuffle was, let me read it from there. Welcome to the Newegg Shuffle program. Come join a chance to be selected for an assigned time slot in order to complete your purchase for highly sought out products. In other words, you are entering a lottery for the chance to give them money. Anyway, no duplicate entries. Reserve item has to be purchased within the time frame that they give you, and you only have 2-hour window to purchase in. So pay attention, keep your email open. If you have the Newegg app, and it's better that you do, make sure that it's got the push notifications on, at least during this period, so that if you do get selected, you'll get a notification. And basically, if you get selected, you got 2 hours to pay. If you don't pay, it disappears out of your cart and you lose. Yeah, snooze, you lose. That's the very basics of how this works. So, without further ado, we'll just start to roll through what they got here today. You got another 17 minutes before the selection window starts, and the selection window runs for 2 hours, so there's lots of time. So the first 3 items on the list today are gaming related. So you got an Xbox Series X console with a Xbox Core controller, Robot White. So basically, you have to take these two things together. The two things together, $349.98 is not a horrible price, to be honest with you. Next item on the list is a PlayStation PS5 bundle white, black. So the black and white version, I guess, with an additional black and white DualSense wireless controller. $769.95. Okay. And then the same bundle again with the same controller, not sure. Oh, different games. This one bundles up with DualSense 5 controller, Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and and this one, the second one, goes with Neo, Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, and Demon's Souls. So, depending on which games you're interested in, you may select. My recommendation is, if you're that hot to get a PS5, select both and deal with the crap that comes after. You select both, you have a slightly better chance of being selected. If there's 10 of each package, you're in on one, chance in 20, whatever, but the numbers are still fairly low, to be honest, so don't get too excited about it. So that's in the gaming department. After that, this is where it gets a little bit weird today. To be honest with you, I'm not quite sure what to make of this one. Newegg has sort of gone the route that many of my local retailers have gone, which is to obligate a motherboard and a processor purchase. Now, locally, they basically do a pre-built system. They'll let you take the system in pieces, i.e. just buy the boxes and not actually pre-build them, because they know people are going to resell the stuff. So what Newegg has done here is basically they're going to line you up with a video card, a motherboard, and a 5600X 6-core processor. 6 cores, 12 threads. Very good processor. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not bitching hard about it. And they're pricing it at retail. There's no trickery there. But the combination of the video card, the processor, and the motherboard, everything tonight is, the lowest one's going to be 1,300 and something, and it goes up from there. So you can go all the way down. Every item on the list today comes with a 5600X. Now, the first one is, the other thing is I noticed too today, more of them are 6700s. Okay. Your 6700s, 6800s, 6900s. So there is no NVIDIA cards in this list today. If you're looking for an NVIDIA card, there are no NVIDIA cards on this list today. Plain and simple. It's all AMD cards today. And to be fair, the pricing is as good as it's going to get considering what they are. That said, $909 for a graphics card is still a pretty big price. I'll just come over here really quickly and yeah, I mean, the original 6700 XT, so the AMD Radeon 6700 XT, which I don't remember if they actually had a Founders Edition or not on it, but they were looking for a target price just under 500. So a price around 900. I could say that it's getting a little bit a little bit steep, shall we say. I won't say I'm not comfortable with it, but it's a bit of a, and they go up from there, 900, 959, 959. That's the Asus. So the XFX is 999. The Sapphire is 1059. Those are 6800s at least. Non-XT version, and then the XT ASRock version is $1,200. These are expensive graphics cards tonight. I want to say that Newegg's trying to bury the prices a little bit by obliging a motherboard and a processor such that you don't notice the board price. You're looking just at a combo price, but it's pretty steep. Now, I will say one other thing. Almost all of the motherboards are B550 motherboards. There's a couple X570s when you get to the 6900s, but everything else is B550 except for the first one. And I will tell you that this first board, it's a very good board. Okay, don't get me wrong. But if you're paying nearly $1,000 for a GPU, don't cheap out on the board. B450 motherboards are 3.5 years old, I guess, something like that at this point, as a chipset. So you're not talking the most modern chipset, obviously. No PCI 4. I don't believe this will support a PCI 4. No, dual M.2, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't mention PCI 4, so you can assume it's a PCI 3 board. Yeah, 2 times PCI 2, PCI 3. Yeah, no PCI 4 on the board. So you would be somewhat limited, shall we say, with that. So this is probably, out of all of these today, and we'll go down the list here in a little bit, but just looking at it on the surface, the B450 motherboard is the weakest link in the pile here. Every one of them comes with a 5600X. One of the other things you do have to remember about a B450 motherboard is you are very likely to have to do a BIOS update before you can use the 5 series processors on it, so there's a little bit of extra work there. Again, nothing against the card, and honestly, at $134, it's a reasonable priced motherboard. But when you consider that the Mag B550 is at $178, so you're talking $40 difference to get into let me just hit the specs here. PCIe 4, at least one PCIe 4. You know, you get a little bit of benefit there. It sort of depends on what you're looking at. I'm a little stuck on PCIe 4 today because I did just receive my new my M.2 drive for my system with WD Black was SN750, 500 gig because it's just going to be the boot and system drive. But I'll tell you what, my system's going to boot quickly. And because my X570 is PCIe 4 to both M.2s, the other one will be one like that as well at some point, so it's all good. Overall, I have to say that I'm not very impressed with the Newegg Shuffle today. This is going to be an expensive day at the circus. If you were coming here expecting to find some 3070s or 3080s and to, you know, to get along with that, I have some bad news for you, Sunshine. Pink isn't well. He stayed back at the hotel. Okay. Basically, yeah. Basically, you boned. So I'm going to go through this really quick and we'll probably shut the stream down because we're not doing anything particularly big tonight. So, and honestly, I'm not even sure. I can be honest in saying that I am looking at this right now and I'm not entirely sure that I want any of them. My bigger concern, aside from the fact that these are all very pricey, first of all, the prices on the 6700 XTs are essentially double MSRP, which is quite high. But moreover, because we're in that lovely crunch situation where miners are getting crunched and the demand for cards for mining is, if it hasn't already disappeared, it's going to disappear soon because there's going to be no money to be made mining. My feeling is the price of graphics cards is about to take a tumble. So I'm a little bit stuck on the idea of spending $900 or $1,000 or $1,500 on a graphics card that may only be worth $500 next week. And trust me when I say it, it could be as soon as next week. Don't kid yourself. It could be as soon as next week. You know, time flies when you're having fun, right? Anyway, let's just go through this really quickly, high speed. Okay, so basically, the first 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, mouse. Oh, my mouse is buggered off. I have my mouse back. Thank you. Okay. The first 1, 2, 3, the first 4, 5, 6 are all going to be variants of RX 6700 XTs. most of them are paired up with a company matching motherboard. So your the Sapphire's got an Asus, of course, because Sapphire. After that, MSI is with an MSI. The Asus is with the Asus. Down the line, XFX is with an MSI because I don't think XFX has their own motherboards. Sapphire is with a Gigabyte at this point. ASRock with ASRock. ASRock with ASRock. I'm not lining up to buy any ASRock stuff right now. Different reasons. Power Color. Now, this is interesting. If you don't know what this company is, Power Color actually makes... They're a mostly Asian market company, and they make really good graphics cards. I've not used one myself, but all the reviews I've seen, every piece I've seen on them, is the cards are as good quality as anybody else's, and generally they have a better price on them. Now, that said, $1,879 for 6,900. You must be kidding. And it gets worse because you get up in the bigger ones, $2,159. $2,159. Yeah. If you're buying anything in this shuffle today, it's going to be expensive, Lucy. Expensive. Okay? It's going to be lots of money. So, while normally I'm pretty enthusiastic about the Newegg Shuffle, my recommendation for today is take a pass because it's not going to be worth it. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. As I said, it's not exciting enough to stay live tonight because the stuff isn't. I won't keep streaming because I can't justify. I can't tell you guys that any of this stuff is worth it because at this point, the prices are high. And the amount of stuff forced on you is pretty high as well. Not that they're forcing bad stuff on you. I do give Newegg credit. What they do tend to force on you, or tie, I'm going to say not force, but tie in the sale, is pretty good stuff. It's unlike some of my local retailers here that are literally pushing out floor sweepings at MSRP. Newegg seems to have some, call it thoughtfully matched components, company for company. The 5600X is nothing to be upset about. It's a good product. And it is. Because it's a 5600X, right? 5600X or below, you do get the Wraith cooler. And that might not seem like much, but let me tell you, you can save yourself a fair bit of money, and the Wraith coolers generally are pretty good. Provided you have the front to back airflow in your case going at a good pace, the Wraith cooler will take the heat off the CPU at a very, very good and steady pace, and will allow you to max boost the processor to the limits. In this case, max boost is 4.6. It'll let you get there, which is pretty darn good. But like I said, it's a good processor, right? I can't complain. They're good motherboards. I mean, except the B450 that I'm not thrilled with. The rest of them are pretty good motherboards. The B550, especially if you get the slightly newer version B550s, generally they're pretty good boards. I know Hardware Unboxed looked at a bunch of them, and generally most of them had pretty good thermals and seemed to be able to support stuff. But combining the motherboard and the processor, I think, is just Newegg, like I said, trying to bury the lead, and not really talk so much about how much the thing's worth. Anyway, there's the start of the shuffle, and as you can see, they're we'll go through and I'm going to tag them all just to open them up. But basically, you got your Xbox console, you got your PS5 console, bundle white with certain games, or bundle white black with certain other games, and an extra controller. Trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure out, the picture is a little bit misleading. The picture shows 2 controllers. Now, is it 2 controllers because of this controller, or is it 2 controllers here plus 1 would make 3? Anyway, we're not in the market for these, so we don't worry about them. Like I said, the video cards, it's simple math. If you are comfortable paying $1,000 for a video card, then I would go for it. I will tell you that tonight I am going to sign up for none of them. So we'll deal with it from there. Anyway, good luck with it. Thanks very much for watching, and enjoy your Newegg Shuffle, and good luck, and hopefully you do well.
Old man playing video games badly.